We'll move on to the second last on the programme. The 9th on the card is a Class 3. It's over the 1,400 metres, headed by Bombay Blitz, who was 4th course and distance last start behind California Joy. Simply Brilliant. 2 starts for him so far, 2nd on each occasion, gets up to the 1,400 metres. Pinghai Star was odds on and beaten out of the money last time out. Diamond Dragon, a last start course and distance winner, at big odds. Experto Crede, runner-up behind California Joy in his last start. Young Empire, a roll from barrier 10. And Happy Journey, he's on the ratings class drop brink there off a mark of 60.
Right, Young Empire, genuine front runner for the racing club. Experto Crede will go forward too. Now, do they roll forward again with Pinghai Star? They drew gate 1 last start, had him forward, and he pulled himself basically into the ground and it didn't work. Previous to that, he'd been coming from the back and performing well. Simply Brilliant's got the option to potentially slot in 1 by 2, stepping up to the 1,400. Solid pace, I would have thought, throughout. Give everyone a chance.
Yeah, Simply Brilliant. He's looked good both starts here in Hong Kong. He's only Frankel to race here so far. He's had 1,200 metres on both occasions. He steps up to 1,400. He's come on from those 2 runs and he looks good. No reason why he can't run very well once again. One of the dangers, I think, as Brett mentioned, Pinghai Star can pull a little bit, but he's relaxed enough in his track work here this morning. Just some even sectionals as he comes down. You can see he's doing it nice and cosily, finishing off his work. It's not a bad piece from him. And Superwise comes back to the turf. He's been racing on the all-weather. He has run well on the turf before, though, but his runs on the all-weather have been pretty good. And you can see he's skipping along the surface here nicely once again here with his track work. Superwise, here's his second gallop because that was the 29th. This is just the other day on the 5th. And again, he's quite keen. He can be keen in his work, and he's got his head very slightly to the side, but he's very fit horse and he's ready to go. All
right, OK, that is Superwise. We're going to start off, though, with Bombay Blitz. Just had a couple of starts here in Hong Kong. The man on board is Douglas White.
Douglas, that was Bombay Blitz's best run in Hong Kong last time out. Do you feel like he's heading in the right direction?
I think so. He's obviously run over shorter trips and he's a bit of a burly individual, so the few runs have sorted him out, and he looks like he's coming to hand.
And is the 1,400 metres his right trip?
I think so. I think he'll even go further in time, but at this stage with a heavy weight and where he is in his career, I think 1,400 is ideal.
Last time you were drawn wide, you settled in the second half of the field. Would you have to go back to similar sort of tactics from this wide draw again on Sunday?
He looks the kind of horse that he appreciates a bit of time to sort of warm up and get into the race. So I was hoping for a better draw, which makes it a little bit easier. But it looks that will be the way we'll ride him again.
And just with him as well, the blinkers went on for the first time last time. How much of a difference did they make?
It certainly makes him focus. He has a good look at a few things, so the blinkers have sharpened him up and really got him concentrating.
Yeah, only beaten half a length, but agonisingly into 4th place from barrier 12. Same again, it's the drop end, isn't he, like you said?
The top 3 in numerical order, Bombay Blitz, Simply Brilliant, Pinghai Star, they're all potentials trying to get to the Classic Mile, which of course is a fabulous race. So they need to win here if they're going to secure a spot, because they're a little low on the ratings, and all 3 of them have got chances depending on how the race unfolds.
Yeah, I've got all three of those in.
Same.
Yeah, I think Bombay Blitz, he might do the same as last time, though. He might get back and run on, catch the eye and finish 3rd or 4th.
All right, so that's Bombay Blitz. Simply Brilliant, we saw him in track work, a little bit keen. The 2 starts so far. He's finished off quite strongly over the 1,200 metres, up to the 14 here.
Yeah, I really liked him this day. I made him the best, I think, of the day, and he took an age to wind up. But when he did wind up, his best part of this race was the last 10 metres, I think, because he hit the line very strongly. He got mugged by a key witness coming down the outside late. The step up to 1,400 metres, I think, is ideal. And once he gets up to a mile, I think he'd be racing.
I agree with what you say, Paul. It did look like it took him a while to sort of get going, but the sectionals suggest it was a sit sprint, so his actual last 400 there was quicker than what it was on debut. So maybe the 1,400 metres will be just perfect for him. I put him in 2nd, but I wouldn't be surprised if he won it.
All right. Diamond Dragon, the next horse we're going to have a look at, put in a freakish run down the straight 1,000 metres, was largely ignored when he stepped up to the 1,400 metres, and then big odds did this.
Nuclear Power's form's been hard to follow, but yes, Diamond Dragon, wasn't this a rip-roaring performance? Generally known, Paul, as a horse who's got the better form over the 1,000, and that's where he ran that good race previous. Stepped to the longer trip and was just about forgotten about.
Yeah, and he hit the line strongly in poor old calculation. They had to put the cake on ice, didn't they? And he just got right up on the post. If he reproduces that, then he'll be right in this. But it's whether he can. That's the question. He's $11 now, so it's probably about the right price, I think.
All right, want to keep safe. Super-wise, we saw a little bit in track work there. This, of course, on the all-weather. Needs to switch this form to the turf.
That's a question mark. You know, I thought it was a good run. This was a good form race. The first couple in here are pretty nice horses. He hit the line very strongly. He was another one that was known as a 1,000-metre horse when he first got here. But I think the 1,400 metres is ideal for him, so I'll give him a chance coming back onto the turf.
I haven't got him in the tips, but he's one to focus on for exotics, definitely. He won down the straight at Flemington on the turf before he came here, so the all-weather might be good for him, but he can be effective on the turf too, I would have thought. All
right, Pink High Star, we've touched on him already a little bit, so odds-on beaten last time out. He's currently a $5 chance.
Yeah, he's gone back to the trials. The trial was, of course, at Happy Valley, and they just sort of rode him quiet in the trial, and it was nothing special. But his two debut performances behind More Than Lucky and World Record were particularly good. You can see here he gets going a little bit late, and I'm sort of judging on the basis of this trial that they're going to ride him again with patience. They tried to utilise the good barrier last start, and it went the wrong way, which it can often do.
And he's dropped 12 pounds coming into this as well, so he'll be pretty fit going into this.
All right, that was Limitless leading up in that trial as well. They grabbed him late. Wait for him to come back. Second last then, Paul. How are we going?
We're going to go Simply Brilliant. I think stepping up to the 1,400 metres is ideal for him, and I think he can win. Super-wise, give a chance, as we mentioned, on the turf. Ping High Star, if they ride him back, he'll be running on late, and I think he can feature in the finish in Bombay Blitz, likewise from his wide draw. 2, 8, 3, 1, but I think the 2 will win.
A bit of a juggling act for me between the top three in numerical order. I ended up with a 3-2-1 scenario, but it could easily be 2-1-3 or 1-2-3. And then Experto Crede ran a good race last start. He did a lot of work, and he'll be on the pace again despite the awkward barrier. Wouldn't leave him out of you know, quartets and so forth, but the old QQP 1-2-3, Andrew.
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3 in there. I just threw in Diamond Dragon as well, like you say. If he does it again, then he's a player, isn't he? But otherwise, very similar. All right, that was race number 9. One more race to go, race number 10, plus all the best bets. That comes up next.